everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Fortnite NewsCast, brought to you by the average gamer for the average gamer. So, not a whole lot has gone on in this past week since our last podcast, but Fortnite's birthday is coming up here on the 24th. It will be it's an event in game. It will run from the 24th, July 24th, until August 7th, and there will be a series of 4 different challenges in it where you can complete in game. And there's also going to be, how do I say it? Fortnite. It's kind of like the blockbuster thing that they did at the end of last season, where you get your squad together and do all of your best birthday dances in front of the cakes and everything, and you record it and send it in, and they'll pick the winner of that. But these 3 in-game challenges, the first one is to deal 1,000 damage to opponents, and completing that will give you the Fortnite birthday emote. The second one is to dance at 10 different birthday cakes, kind of like how you did last season where you had to dance in front of the movie cameras. This will give you the happy birthday spray. You have to play 14 matches, which will give you 5,000 XP. And then if you complete all 3 of those challenges, which they're pretty easy, I don't think anybody will have any problems doing that. But if you complete all 3 of them, you get the birthday cake back bling.
Have you seen the back bling yet?
No. Are there pictures out for it yet?
There are. The back bling actually looks really cool. It's just a big birthday cake with these giant red candles on top of it that shoot red, that have red fire coming out. So I'm hoping that when you run around, you're gonna get to see that fire kind of move, like a lot of the stuff that they have in the game. How it subtly moves around. I'd like to see the flames wisping as you're running. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, like little particle effects.
Yeah. And what it looks like for the other things is the emoticon seems to be a cupcake with the number 1 on top of it, and it's like one of the stickers that you throw, so it's not an actual emote that you get. Yeah, I was hoping that you get some cool emote. I think it would be really cool if you're bursting out of the top of a birthday cake or something.
Well, that's a lot less cool.
It is a lot less cool, but it's free stuff. So and then the spray that you get looks like it's a cake with the number 1 on top of it with a bunch of balloons in the background. So okay. I mean, it's cool. I'm excited for the back bling. It's something different and fun. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I just want to apologize to everyone for my voice. I went to Warped Tour this weekend, and my voice is absolutely effed still. So I mean, kind of rolling.
You had a good time, though.
Yeah, it was great. It was amazing. It was awesome. So kind of rolling into going along with the challenges that we've been talking about. So the week 2 challenges are out for season 5. They're actually pretty easy. I'm almost have all of mine done, and I think Austin, you have almost all yours done as well. So
I've still got 3 left.
I'll do you. Yeah. So what there are is deal 1,000 damage with assault rifles, search 7 ammo boxes in 1 match, and eliminate opponents in Paradise Palms. Those are the free to play challenges. And then,
oh my god, the 7 ammo boxes in 1 match was so annoying.
Yeah,
it took me so long to do that.
A really easy spot to get that at is if you jump Greasy Grove and go to the Durr Burgers burger joint. If you jump in the top of there, you can get 6 of them. I think 6, maybe 7, just in that one building.
Okay.
Which is, I think it's really cool. So if you guys haven't done that yet, that's a really good place to start. I know that's where I got mine. I know that's where my girlfriend Megan got hers, and I mean, I wish I could have told you a little bit sooner. And then eliminate opponents in Paradise Palms. So those are the free-to-play ones. The battle.
You have to eliminate 3 opponents in Paradise Palms.
Yeah. So for the Battle Pass owners, you have to score a basket on 5 hoops with the new basketball emote that you get. These hoops can be found all over. There's hoops in Junk Junction, Snobby Shores, the soccer field, west of Tilted Towers, where they have the big indoor soccer field and the pool. There's a basketball court outside. Tilted Towers itself, Greasy Grove, the mountain between Fatal and Salty. It has the big house up on top, and there's a basketball court where a chest spawns. You can make it in that hoop. Shipping crates, the trailer park east of retail. If you don't know what trailer park I'm talking about, it has the big red barn in it, and there's just a bunch of RVs sitting around. Retail Row and Paradise Palms. You do have to search 7 chests in Loot Lake, which is, as miserable as Loot Lake is just a horrid challenge. I think the people that assigned that should have been fired.
That, so the chests that are included, it's all of the ones in the island, in the boats, I'm pretty sure factories count.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 on that small little rock island. That's the only thing on
That's
those
where I like
islands.
to go. Yeah.
Those 2 chests, and then the ones along the perimeter. So like the modern house, the ones by the campsite.
The one in the tower beside Modern House.
Yes, but I went to. There's like the RVs parked in between the Loot Lake factories and Tilted Towers. I do not think the chest that spawns on top of those RVs counts.
Okay. So you have to be pretty close to Loot Lake, if not directly in Loot Lake, to get those chests that count.
Yeah, basically like on the shores of it.
Yeah. Also, search between an oasis, rock archway, and dinosaurs. If you guys haven't explored the new area, I know I preached this last time. It's so much fun. It's pretty. It's kind of busy still. I mean, we are pretty new into season 5, so it's fun. There are some dinosaurs going along the road next to the shanty town that I talked about in our last episode. But if you look at your mini map, you'll see what looks like to be 2 really tall mountains connected by a bridge. That is the archway that you're looking for. There's a pool, a big lake, which is the oasis that they're talking about, and there's dinosaurs just down the street. So there's a big mountain right in between the 3 of these. There's a small little ledge on the side of the mountain where there's a big rock and 2 cactuses. That's where you're going to find this star. And then you have to get 2 sniper rifle eliminations. That one's pretty self-explanatory.
So what I'm really excited about. So first off, the TAC SMG got vaulted right when it started to be good.
Rest in peace.
I mean, it was always pretty decent. The blue and the purple one, it had a really great fire rate. The damage per second was really high. But it got replaced by something, I think, completely broken. This gun is so good. You don't even need an AR with this gun. Kind of like when the silenced SMG got a boost or a buff. So this new gun is just a submachine gun. That's what it's called in game. Submachine gun. Took out the TAC SMG, replaced it with a submachine gun. The white does 19 damage, green does 20, and blue does 21. It has a 30 round mag, and the fire rate is insane.
It really, really is. Would you believe me if I told you that the blue submachine gun does less damage than a white silent submachine gun?
Does it really?
It does. I was looking earlier, and it says that the white silent submachine gun does 22 damage, and that's a body shot. I couldn't believe it, because when you hold this gun and you shoot it, it melts so fast. I just don't understand how it actually does less damage than the silent submachine gun, because I will pick one up any day.
Because the fire rate is so high. Each bullet does less damage, but it's still doing more damage per second because it's shooting more times.
That thing is just a bullet hose.
It rips. It's really good at taking down buildings, but with the 30 round mag, it's a little probably not the best to be used for that, because it'll just go through your ammo really fast and you'll have to just keep reloading. Which is another problem that I think it has, is that it shoots so fast that you always have to reload.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first time using this gun. This is the first time that I've ever searched for small ammo and realized that I've not had enough of it.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I was using this earlier today, and it's just that the heavy submachine gun combo is so strong. It's unstoppable. It's so much fun to use, and if you can break through builds, like you said, really fast with that, and then immediately as soon as you break through it, pull out your shotgun, or take a build down with your shotgun, pull out your SMG, and you can just have someone dead in the time that it takes them to hit two tactical shotgun shots. This gun is fantastic. Like you said, it's broken. That's it. It's broken.
Yeah. A prime example of that, I had just taken a chug jug, and I was got into an engagement, and this guy had, I think it was a green SMG, because he was in retail and we were both fighting, and I had a green tac shotgun, and I had just taken the chug jug, and we got into an engagement. I got the first shot on him with my shotgun. I hit him for 78, and he killed me, and I had just gotten time to shoot him one more time with my tac, and he had killed me. So he took me down from 200 health with one magazine with that SMG in the time that it took me to fire 2 tac shotgun shots.
It's absolutely unbelievable. And I was watching some of the summer skirmish today, and these people were picking up white submachine guns and they were dropping blue ARs for these white SMGs. They were dropping blue drum guns for white SMGs. They were dropping so much stuff that I couldn't believe that they were actually picking these SMGs up for. I hadn't had a lot of time to play because I've been kind of away from the PlayStation for a while. But then I came back today and I was like, man, these really are going to be good. And I used to not pick up the white one if I had something better, or not pick up the green one, but I would pick up the blue ones. But now I'm picking up the white ones and I'm doing so much damage with them. It's crazy to watch and feel it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The meta has definitely shifted. We were talking about before how 2 shotguns isn't a thing, but I think it's definitely shifted to shotgun SMG.
Yeah. It's almost to the point where you don't need a shotgun.
Mm-hmm. They're just so underpowered now.
It's insane.
You get a blue pump and you think, oh wow, I'm reliably going to be able to hit 60 with this thing. Like you actually feel lucky when you hit anything higher than 100.
Yeah, and
it's still
it's crazy. I didn't realize it until today when I one-shot some guy with a pump shotgun, and I was like, holy hell, I have not done this in a long time, and it feels good.
Right. So in the same mini patch that they added the submachine gun, the semi-auto sniper got a buff. Before, it did 63 damage for the purple one and 66 for the gold, and now that is up to 75 and 78, which is an 18% damage buff. It's still the semi-sniper, though. I really don't expect to see a whole lot of people using it, but those increased numbers are nice. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, I used to never pick these up. I had one earlier. I was using a gold one earlier, and I think I dropped it for like one C4. I dropped it just because I actually didn't know about this damage buff until you just told me about it just before we started the show, and I still don't
feel any different.
No, not really. It didn't, and I don't think that I'm gonna pick it up. I don't like having a sniper if it's not gonna be able to one-shot kill somebody that has a reasonably high health. Like they do have, like a gold one does have 78. So if you double that, you're gonna hit for 154. And I mean, most of the time you're gonna be fighting people that have 100 health, 100 shield. And a hunting rifle I just think is a way better alternative because you can still get quick shots off the hunting rifle. And I still don't think that the semi-auto sniper really has a firm place in the game right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see it vaulted within the next 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening.
It's just such an underused gun that I don't really see how Epic can justify having that in the game. There's always got to be that gun that people don't want to pick up, but it's just, I don't know. It seems very just useless. It doesn't have a spot.
I think this damage buff might be actually a good indicator that they're thinking about vaulting it.
Yeah.
So this could be them testing the waters to see if they give it higher numbers, whether or not people will actually use it. Again, I'm going to stick with no, probably not. But it's been in the game for so long. I could see them vaulting it. It's never been a popular gun.
No, not at all.
So
yeah, I agree with you 100%. Kind of moving on to some cool things that I've actually seen while watching these summer skirmish tournaments. I never knew about this tactic, and I think that it's really cool, and I've seen it used in numerous build fights today. And it is where when you are build fighting somebody, when you ramp up on top of them, so just to block their ramp, to block them from going up higher, if you just build a 1x1 around them and place traps all around, to where like if it was real life, you would also die from the trap. You're on the ramp. They're directly under you. You build walls around you, put traps up, and then it just destroys them. I don't know why I've never thought of this. I don't know why I've never seen this. Austin, I know you said that you've seen this and you've actually started to use it lately, but
yeah,
this is something that I've seen so many streamers do in the past 2 days in these summer skirmish tournaments. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Nick A30, and
Yeah.
I mean, he's always into building, so he's kind of the trendsetter, I guess you could say, when it comes to building. But for probably about a month now, I've noticed that blocking people's builds with ramps, and while they're still underneath the ramp that you placed, build that 1x1, put a trap in, and it'll take a chunk of their health away, if not kill them.
See, I've always done the build a ramp to block off, to block their build, but I've
Mhm.
never actually done the ramp 1x1 traps. It seems like just something minor that you can do to improve your game a lot and to get you those kills that maybe you'll lose that build fight to that person.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of safety first, right? So you're building so you don't get shot, and if you can kill them without even being in their line of sight, that's just a plus.
Now I just need
Um,
to get more traps. That's it.
yeah, and I think it's really interesting that, well, it's in the name. It's a trap. People are supposed to walk into it. It's supposed to surprise them and catch them off guard. But now people are weaponizing them, and it's just part of the new meta. People are starting to use these as actual damage dealers instead of just like a safety precaution or to slow someone down.
Yeah, that was really cool. And another thing that I just remembered that I was seeing a lot of is the bounce pad into jump pad transition. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
That one's cool. So what you do is you build a platform and you put your jump pad on there, or
Your
your
launch
launch pad. Sorry, I
your
always call
purple
it
launch
your
pad.
purple launch pad. Then you build a wall and make it an archway, and then you build one more flat floor, and then a wall with a bouncer on it, and you bounce yourself through the archway onto the launch pad, and you will launch just about twice as high into the sky. And it's so good for looking for opponents, or just getting that extra height if you need to get into storm and you don't think that where you're at is high enough to launch all the way in. That's another thing that I saw that was really cool. And there was actually an instance today in the tournaments that I was watching. His name is Kimstar. I don't know where he's from. He's not from
Keemstar.
no, it was
Keemstar.
actually Kimstar. Because that's
Oh,
what I
really?
thought too. Yeah, and then they went to him, and he wasn't from America. He didn't speak English or anything like that. But what he did was he put the jump pad down, and then didn't build any flat surface off of it, but he built a ramp and then put a bouncer down, and he just like barely inched his way onto the bounce pad or onto the bouncer, and it did the same thing without having to build that archway. So it was just like it barely pushed him onto the launch pad. It was really cool. It was something because the casters we've been talking about, it's something that they've never seen anybody do before. They always saw the whole archway tactic, but he kind of took a whole step out of the equation so he could do it a lot faster. I haven't got to try that method yet, but I'm pretty eager to do it.
Yeah, so an example, if you can't picture it, it's basically the same effect as if you were to take a jump rock from last season and to hop on a launch pad. It just gives you that lower gravity, so you're able to float higher into the sky before you like hit that climax, before you're able to pull your parachute.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing that I'm really eager to try more now and utilize that. I really do like watching these tournaments to kind of see what everybody else is doing and see what I'm not, and see how I can take those and actually improve my game. And if you guys don't watch streamers or YouTube or watch these tournaments, I really do. I would push you to do it, because you'll find things that you're like, wow, I could have done this in this situation last week and won the fight. It's just something that I really like doing, because you think that your game's complete until you watch somebody else and then realize all the stuff that you could be doing to better
Mhm.
yourself.
So moving into segueing off of that, talking about the streamers and everything, do you want to give them the lowdown on the tourney?
I would absolutely love to. The summer skirmish events officially started last week. They had a duos tournament on the weekends. What it was is as I said, duos, 100 people. It was made up of streamers and developers. And the cash prize on the line was so huge that it actually turned out to be an extreme failure of an event because no one was fighting.
It was a $250,000 prize pool, right?
$250,000 prize pool. And what happened was everyone was posted up in 1x1s, waiting, not taking shots, not shooting. It was so bad that they had to introduce a $6,500 incentive for the team with the most kills. And at the end of the event, the duo that had the most kills had 9 total. I didn't actually watch this event, but I probably would have pulled my hair out if I would have watched it.
I didn't watch the live coverage, but I went back and watched one of the streamers recaps, like one of the streamers playing it. I don't remember who the streamer was, but
Yeah.
It got down to the 6th circle. So that circle probably would have encompassed the entire retail row. That's how small it was. there were still 52 people alive.
See, that's
And
crazy. And when you watch these, you're looking for the high kill and high momentum uh, gameplay, and you're not getting it. It's not really entertaining to watch. It's not exciting.
right, but when there's that much money on the line, you're going to see tactic shifts to be a lot more careful. But that wasn't even the biggest thing. So I think having 52 people in that small of a circle, like I've never even heard of that before.
No,
I don't
not
think
at all.
that's ever happened in the game. So I think that would have been really cool once people started to get in these fights. But what really killed it was just the sheer amount of lag. People were actually getting booted. People were dying to the storm. These are devs and streamers we're talking about. Unless they're making some stupid play, they're not going to die to the storm. And it was the sixth circle, and you were seeing people left and right dying in the storm because they just simply couldn't move.
Yeah, I heard about this as well. I heard that there were very, very many lag issues, and if Epic didn't, I don't know, I forget who I read this from, but it was on Twitter, and it said if Epic doesn't fix this lag in the servers, and while like during these tournaments, that they're not going to have people that partake in these tournaments, just because it was so bad and so unenjoyable for everyone that was actually there and like taking part.
Right. And like I said, I don't think the downfall was really having that many people in that small of a circle, because that's a powder keg, right? As soon as one person lights a match, the whole thing is going to go up.
Exactly.
So you would have seen some really intense gunfights with so many people. We wouldn't have seen fights like that before.
Yeah.
Having that many people in that small of a circle with so much building, there's going to be people seeing opportunities left and right to get kills as other teams are engaging. So I think that actually would have been really cool to witness. But unfortunately, the lag was what was the downfall and killed the game, killed the tournament, the first week.
Absolutely. So on a brighter note, Epic was on the right track to introducing incentives for kills, because this week was the solos tournament. So how the solos tournament worked is anyone who partook and who was chosen to be in this tournament was to play 10 solo matches. And this wasn't against other streamers, this wasn't against developers, this was just 10 solo matches, and you streamed them. So what it was you play these 10 matches and record your kills for all of them, and your kills had point value. So how the values went was 1 kill equals 1 point. So if you get 10 kills, you get 10 points. If you win the match, that's an extra 5 points. So if you get 10 kills and win, you get a total of 15 points for your match. And if you are able to drop 20 kills in a solo game, you get 10 extra points and $10,000. So there were some crazy, insane games, and it was so much fun to watch. I couldn't believe some of the stuff that I was watching. Like, it was crazy. I mean, I dropped bodies. The winner of the day one was on Friday. He had 74 points
for the
in his
second
first
weekend,
two.
not the first weekend.
I dropped bodies. I thought was on the first day. So it was on Friday, because there was still a tournament that went on. There was still part of the tournament that went on today.
Yeah, the first day of the second weekend.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So he had 74 points in his first game. He dropped 220 bombs, and a lot of people really did think that he was cheating because of how well he was playing. It was pretty crazy to watch, but Epic did say that they came back on his side and said that there was no way. They used whatever analytical tools that they had to show that it wasn't fake numbers or anything like that, and that he was actually.
Well, yeah. The controversy was that, first off, people thought that he would, because he plays on PS4. He's originally a Destiny player, and he doesn't really have a name for himself in Fortnite at all. But he's a Destiny player, and he plays on PS4, and people were saying that he was using a mouse and keyboard, which would give him an obvious advantage playing against PlayStation people using a controller. They also thought that there were people that were essentially stream sniping him and just giving him free kills, basically, not trying to fight him back, and they would just like run up to him and let him kill him. But Epic did stand up for him, and they backed him up, and they said yeah, like Garrett said, whatever analytical tools they used, they were on his side and said that he didn't cheat at all.
And I'm really not surprised to see I Drop Bodies do so good, because he is, if you guys don't know much about Destiny, he is in probably the best Destiny clan that they have out there. They're Bomb Squad Kittens is what their name, what's what they're called, BSK, and they're unreal to watch play, shooting games. So I'm really not surprised that I haven't really followed him much, but if he did take up Fortnite as his forte and he's half as good as he is in Fortnite and Destiny, then I'm really not surprised to see him come away with the victory on day one. But to kind of follow him up, FaZe Cloak got second. I've watched a lot of Cloak. He's really good. Nick Merckx, PlayStation player, he got third place.
I love him.
Nick's fun to watch. I was watching a little bit of his highlights from the tournament actually yesterday.
He won $40,000 just from getting 20 kill games.
That's crazy.
He got four 20 kill games in that 10 match segment and got $40,000 from it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good incentive that they had to try to get people to get a lot of kills. And so Neg8 had fourth place, and then Reaver LOL had fifth place. One thing that we forgot to mention was that the highest kill game out of the whole tournament got $50,000. So whoever drops the most kills out of day one and day two would walk away with, on top of whatever they did get, another $50,000. On day two, they had Camo LRF came in first place, Supremacy Votto came in second, Tixi came in third, Gentside the Vic came in fourth, and VP7 SSK7 came in fifth place. It was really fun to watch. I watched more today than I did yesterday, and I think today they had the European streamers on, because there was no one that there was no one I noticed. There was and then whenever they would cut to them, they were always speaking, whether it was they sounded like they had an English accent, or it sounded like they were speaking in German or French or whatever it was. And they had the tournament on at a completely different time than they did yesterday. So I do think that it was a European side of the tournament today, and they had the American side of the tournament yesterday.
Yeah, so that's about it for the tournaments. Moving on to some bugs and glitches. These have been present since the release of Season 5, and supposedly they know a way to fix it. I don't know why they haven't yet. They did have their hands full with the whole summer skirmish thing, so they just might not have wanted to allocate as many resources to a problem that was very minor. But these bugs and glitches are you are unable to unequip skins, so meaning you can move between skins, but you cannot, if you have a skin equipped, you cannot go back to being a no skin. There's no way to unequip your skins right now. And the same goes with back bling. You're not able to take your back bling off.
And this is something that I think is really interesting. I think that it really sucks, because there's a lot of, like the drift skin that I have right now. The best thing that I have to go with it is that with the Wukong back bling, which is just very, very, it's goofy looking. And I really wish that I could run drift without a back bling, because I think it would look a lot more cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what are you feeling on Season 5 now that we're a week into it? What do you think?
For the most part, I love it. I love the introduction of the ATKs. I love the riffs. I think those were some great additions. All of the new map changes, I don't have any quarrels or gripes with any of them. The new SMG is great. I just think the only thing that I'm not a fan of is the shotgun nerf, which it's just gotten to a point where people don't even run shotguns. I mean, you'll see somebody running with one shotgun, they'll take a shot and they won't use it for the rest of the engagement.
Very true.
But other than that, I think Season 5 is doing great.
I really enjoy it. I enjoy the progressive drift skin, because I just got the mask today, and I cannot wait to get the coat. The coat's the next thing, and I still have like 40,000 XP to like get to that point. But I'm having so much fun playing Season 5. For me so far, it's been more enjoyable than when Season 4 started.
Oh yeah, because it feels like there's a lot more to work towards. Because especially the progressive skins. So instead of just having to worry about not worry about, but think about what's coming up next in the battle pass. You also have a skin that you already own that just gets cooler the more you play with it.
Yeah,
and I think that
they
really
did that.
cool.
They did that with Carbide a little bit too, but the progressive system in the XP I think makes it a lot more fun and seems like it's not as far away as hitting levels. From going from level 1 to 60, it makes you feel like you can hit that goal of 200,000 XP. I think it is to level them up completely. It feels like you can actually hit that a lot faster than going from level 1 to 60, not knowing a specific number of XP that you need. I like actually pulling it up and seeing how much XP I need to get to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited. I can't wait to get Ragnarok. Ragnarok looks so amazing with his full costume on, and I think I'm coming up to like getting in my mid 30s of my battle pass tier. So where do you know where you're sitting?
Not a clue, honestly.
Not a clue. Did you get? What did I just get? I just got something. I can't remember what it was.
So the last thing I got, I think, was the pool floaty emoticon, like the sticker that you throw out.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just got the female version of the Burnout skin.
Oh, okay.
I think no, I don't think it's because Drift's the new one, right?
Oh yeah, I can't
remember what her name is, but she looks really cool, and I've actually been running around with her recently because I think I got her this morning or last night. I can't remember, but yeah, I think that's the last thing I got. So I'm pretty sure I'm coming up on like early to mid 30s, somewhere around there. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm. So
I really couldn't ask
a little bit of season 5 speculation.
Ooh.
For all of you that like to drop around Loot Lake and Tilted Towers, when you're falling and you look into the part of Loot Lake that is closest to Tilted, I think it's the south side of the lake, it almost looks as if there's the shape of a pyramid underneath the water.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I'm saying it's just speculation, because there hasn't been any talk of any pyramids or anything. We already have the desert, and it's been shown that the drift skin is not an Egyptian skin. It is a Japanese skin. So whether or not a pyramid is actually going to appear from the bottom of Loot Lake, I'm not sure. I think it would be really cool. It could just be a graphical glitch, but it has been there for a while, and you think they would have fixed it by now if it was just a graphic error.
That's something that I was thinking too. And recently, I've been just browsing on social media. I've seen. So this is a stretch. This is a complete, just out there theory. So there's 3 like massive pyramids around the world, and there was actually divers that discovered a 4th pyramid underwater of like at the Bermuda Triangle. Whether it's real, it's not. I don't know, because I've never actually dove in the Bermuda Triangle ever or anywhere else. So I don't know.
Seems like you're really going out on a limb.
Yeah, I'm actually going out on it. I'm totally. But I've seen this surfacing on social media and on Reddit and Instagram lately that there's actually this giant pyramid that's bigger than any 3 of the Great Pyramids that was actually built. It's completely underwater. And I think that I don't know if maybe like that's where they kind of got an idea to put a pyramid underwater. But I think that there's a lot of cool stuff that we could see with this. I know that we both just started playing Save the World. We actually got it because it was on sale. And there's the big pyramid thing that you have at your home base that kind of keeps a shield from the storm. And I don't know if we're looking at complete map changes, then I think that if that pops out, that kind of ray that keeps the whole storm away, that we could see a massive map change coming from this if it's even remotely close to that. I think that would kind of be like a weird little way to incorporate some Save the World into Battle Royale. Whether they would do that, I have no idea. But that's me going completely out on a limb.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like we said, this is all just speculation. I think it would be cool if they added a pyramid, and especially in Loot Lake, because that place is awful.
It is absolutely awful.
It's the only place in the game that I won't drop. I will not drop Dead Middle Loot Lake. There's no loot there.
None.
You'll be lucky to come up. It really is. All around it isn't too bad. We usually find ourselves around it. Circle.
Yeah.
Circle tends to favor Loot Lake, it seems, but I mean, just the middle of Loot Lake is Not
I
not a good
actually
thing.
I jumped the house earlier today for chest's purpose, and I was running through the house, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so bad. I have no idea the layout of this house. It's just so horrible to walk around in. And I'm looking through every room, not finding anything. Like open
Yeah,
this
there's
door,
no
nothing.
loot,
Open
no
this door,
food
nothing.
sources,
No
nothing.
chests, no anything. Like there's not even a chest in the house. I don't know if there's a spawn there
I
because
think
I think I've
yeah,
dropped there
there's a
3
chest that
times in my
spawns in
life.
the there's a chest that spawns there in the like in the ceiling, the
Okay,
attic.
yeah, because I know there's some like in the tunnels underneath, but other than that,
Uh-huh.
I really had no idea what I was doing walking around in there.
Yeah.
So
It's no bueno, it's no bueno.
no bueno. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a lot shorter than last week's, but that's just because we had so much to cover last week. We didn't have too much to cover this week, but I mean, we'll be right back here next week, same time, same place. You guys can catch us on YouTube at youtube.com/FortniteNewscast. You can just search us. You can search us on Stitcher Radio, which is the Android podcasting site. If you just type in Fortnite Newscast, we should be the first ones to pop up, or you can follow us on Twitter at CastFortnite. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, as always, stay average, gamers.